Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Gaynor.
Office Bloke Aidan.
Here we are, all three of us. I've never been to Las Vegas.
No, it's somewhere I'd probably want to go as well.
You've never fancied it, have
Going to make sure I know which hotel not to go to.
Yeah, it's just never really been appealing to me to sort of like, I like gambling, but it's just somewhere that's sort of like it always looks like it's got that magnet for like the wrong uns, and they're the sort of people I probably more want to avoid.
But we just have to go to the right places.
Yeah, it's all the people who go for like the boxing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I mean, I went to Atlantic City a few times and watched the boxing. But there's never really any appeal that's took me to Las Vegas. But
See, I've
people that I know have been and said to me, no, you've got a very different opinion that you probably would have if you go.
Yeah. I've always wanted to go, but I've wanted to go and see like the shows.
Yeah.
They have a lot of good shows.
But it might be a bit too showy for me.
I'd want to go and just see like the Sphere, stuff like that.
Yeah.
There, like just the genuine, like the look of it.
There is that. But this is the worst hotel in Las Vegas.
No, doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know which one it is. I don't know if it's that one.
I'm guessing it's got like something to do with like it's not actually like just a 1-star hotel. It's got some sort of story behind it.
Yeah.
Well, everybody I know that's been, well, not everybody, but people I know that have been recently have said that since they've been able to have herbs, it stinks in all the hotels.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right. I've heard it's also not as busy as it used to be. But I don't know if that's just...
Probably getting too expensive.
Yeah, there's that as well. Like, people don't have the same amount of money as they used to have a few years ago, I guess. But let's get into this. The worst hotel in Las Vegas.
It's 2010. If you stand right here, just off this hotel pool in Las Vegas, at a specific time of day, you could die. Violently.
What?
Hey.
Oh, it's probably the heat, right?
I don't think that's
Same
just
goes
the
for
heat.
this spot right here on East Cheap in London. Cause of death, these two buildings respectively. Well, technically the sun reflecting off of the windows of
Yeah,
these two
that's what I
buildings
just thought.
respectively.
Whoa.
And to add to this truly odd phenomenon, it all traces back to one very stubborn man. Why? How?
Architect.
What?
A bizarre beam of light radiates onto the street.
It's like being under a magnifying glass.
You were literally being burned.
Some had managed to fry an egg.
It got up to 92.6 degrees.
That's Celsius.
This was an attack by the Death Ray.
Enter a story revolving around fascinating physics phenomena, reckless architecture, melting steel, and burned human flesh. This is the weird world of solar death rays.
I like this channel as well.
Yeah.
This is Bill Pintus, a lawyer from Chicago who enjoys spending time in Las Vegas every now and then. He's chilling at the Vidara Hotel on the Strip. He takes a little swim in the pool, then returns to his lounge chair. Martin Lindsay drives into the city for some errands. It's a hot, sunny day. He parks his Jaguar right behind 20 Fenchurch Street on East Cheap before heading off for about an hour. By afternoon, it's really, really hot in Vegas. Bill doesn't mind the escalating heat until suddenly his hair starts burning. Martin returns to his beloved car only to find someone taking pictures of it. He comes closer and notices the car's body is partially melted. Bill's hair, hat, and legs are burned. He rushes to the shade of an umbrella, but it offers little relief. The sun is so intense and blistering that no matter where he goes, he can't seem to find an escape.
Try to
What about
I know.
inside? Yeah.
Both of these stories actually happened.
It's completely warped, and get your hand underneath here and you can get your hand in here. It's absolutely ruined.
Both incidents are due to a phenomenon called solar convergence, or much cooler, solar death rays.
Death Ray. It's Death Ray.
Excited about it.
Bill Ray.
Where I sit in my office, right, we've got like a glass window, obviously glass windows, but we've got like smoke glass on the window so you can't see in. But the door doesn't have it. My office, my desk faces the door, and there's a gap in between two buildings over the road, which is tiny, but the sun beams right through it, right through that one little tiny window right into my face.
You need some sunglasses.
Where my desk is. I just sit there, and it's just right above my screen and gets me right in the face. And if I move like this way a little bit, it's gone. Yeah. It's just that one little line that comes in, doesn't it? And I say to you, look, it's got me in the face, and how often do we have sun here as well?
What did I say to you before? I've been complaining that I've been freezing at my desk, and today the sun's
been beaming in,
and my scalp was burning. I was like, Jesus.
You've got Death Ray.
Yeah.
The physics behind it is fairly simple. When parallel light rays strike a parabolically curved surface, they are all reflected to a single point known as the focal point. The distance between the surface and the focal point is called focal length, similar to the focal length of a camera lens. Depending on how stretched or compressed the parabola curve is, the focal point changes. Either way, the result is one concentrated, very hot beam of light, sometimes capable of melting objects and causing serious burns. These rays can even melt rocks. On YouTube, you'll find numerous videos of people showcasing their DIY home-built death ray reflectors.
It's a nice turkey burger.
Never heard of it.
In the cases of Bill and Martin, the reflective curved glass facade of the Verdara Hotel and the facade of 20 Fenchurch in London were responsible. The focal points of both buildings happen to be precisely where humans interact. Luckily, these particular death rays only occur sporadically. The alignment of the sun and the parabolic surface have to be just right. But a few hours of death raying on a random Thursday can do more than enough damage. Several reports of burned hair, melted plastic, extreme sunburns, deformed vehicles, and charred doormats went viral. One journalist even fried an egg in front of 20 Fenchurch to demonstrate the intense heat.
It is so hot. It is so hot. There you go. He has just cooked that egg on a frying pan on the streets of London.
He's just brought a frying pan.
So British.
The two buildings, no one was critically injured, at least physically. Martin might be a little traumatized from seeing his jack all burned up. If, for example, a baby had been inside the car, the outcome could have been far more serious. And luckily, no one fell asleep at the hotel pool in Vegas long enough to get seriously burned or even killed. Reports show that temperatures soared up to 117 degrees Celsius on East Cheap, while at the Verdara, temperatures increased by 20 degrees Celsius around the pool. Not to be Captain Obvious, but that seems like some seriously design, right? All of this could have been avoided with proper planning and a few design adjustments. So, who is responsible? As it turns out, one guy designed both buildings.
Oh my god.
This is the Uruguayan architect Rafael Vignoli. He seems
I was so hoping his name was going to be Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if Raphael's short, he called him Ray for short.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
to really enjoy his parabolical shapes. Reports show that he was even aware of the problem way before the Verdara was constructed. The windows of the hotel had been preemptively covered with a custom film to reduce the sun's effects by 70%. Which clearly didn't help all that much. So considering that Vignoli was well aware of the issue by the time the Verdara was built, why would he make the same mistake again when designing 20 Fenchurch, also nicknamed Walkie Talkie, Walkie Scorchy, or the Fry Scraper? Gotta love British media.
It is ridiculous. You don't need to go on holiday, basically. I'm going to Croatia in a couple of weeks. I think I might just pitch a tent down here and actually sunbathe here. It's really good.
In 2013, Vignoli gave The Guardian a legendary interview in which he explained himself. That was a completely different problem, said Vignoli, insisting he was following a master plan that specified arc-shaped towers. We pointed out that would be an issue too, but who cares if you fry somebody in Las Vegas, right? Regarding the Walkie Scorchy, he said, I knew this was going to happen, but there was a lack of tools or software that could be used to analyze the problem accurately. Actually, there were many tools available to architects to avoid solar convergence issues at the time, but somehow he didn't stop talking at this point during the interview and just went on. When it was spotted on a second design iteration, we judged the temperature was going to be about 36 degrees, but it's turned out to be more like 72 degrees. They're calling it the death ray because if you go there, you might die. It is phenomenal, this thing. Phenomenal is kind of an odd choice of words when describing that a thing you made could burn people to death, but naturally, Vignoli wasn't done here. When I first came to London years ago, it wasn't like this. Now you have all these sunny days, so you should blame this thing on global warming too, right? So many hot takes in such a short interview.
You still had a sunny day.
Rafael Vignoli passed away in 2023, leaving some unresolved questions about his designs. 20 Fenchurch was awarded the title of the worst building in the UK in 2015. If you Google solar convergence today, a planning advice document on the matter by the City of London is the top result.
Never heard of
The
it.
problematic side
I've never
of the
even seen that
walkie-talkie
building.
was outfitted with special sun blinds in 2014. Permanent awnings were
When you say you've never seen that building, whenever you see a London skyline now on any like picture or whatever, that building's prominent on it.
Is it?
Yeah.
installed on the upper floors, while a brise-soleil was added to the remaining glass facade. In Vegas, next to the non-reflective film that was applied to the glass facade of the Verdara, hotel staff provided umbrellas and pot plants at the pool. And despite the name, solar death rays can also be quite practical. For instance, parabolic reflectors can channel sunlight to dark places. This effect is used in a project in New York City where solar reflectors light an underground space. Parabolic reflectors outside harness sunlight, directing it toward the focal point. This concentrated light is then refracted multiple times and directed to an underground space. Another parabolic mirror at the end spreads it evenly throughout the space. Or take this solar furnace in France. The concentrated heat evaporates water to generate power. Temperatures at the focal point can reach up to 4,432 degrees Celsius. Vignoli would be proud.
Yeah, I thought that was it. But that's I remember talking about something very similar in the desert one year about how we could build a warehouse that could be unique, and I said, why don't we do something similar with like a solar reflector on it, sort of like that would generate water to it. And then someone said, what about the aircraft flying over, you'd blind the pilots?
Yeah.
Because it was very close to the airport. I went, yeah, good point. And that's why I'm not a scientist.
Yeah.
Or an architect.
Architect.
Yeah. But it's,
Do you know how long it takes to be an architect?
I have no idea.
8 years?
Yeah, 7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
In university.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know many architects. Yeah. So,
We had one across the road from us.
yeah, he was an architect.
How
wasn't
much do you reckon actually goes into the being an architect other than just designing the building?
I think a lot if it takes 8 years
he? I know someone who was like what they call, I think it was like something like an internal structural architect.
Because they wouldn't
so
do
they used to do like the air conditioning units and stuff.
I was going to say they wouldn't do any of like the plumbing or like the.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do any of that stuff, would
No,
they?
no.
The guys-
They'd have to think about it beforehand,
Yeah.
but they wouldn't.
I think the team puts it together, don't they? And they design the building, and everyone designs the internal sides of it all, sort
Yeah.
of thing. I don't know how it works. I don't know. Never even thought about it, to be honest.
No.
But I did know someone who designed like air conditioning inside, and he called himself an architect, like an internal structural architect or something.
He makes buildings on Minecraft. I call myself an architect.
When you were younger, you wanted to be an architect. Do
Yeah.
you
He
remember?
used to build cards like Lego. He's an architect, builds Lego
Builds
houses.
Lego houses.
Yeah, good that though, right?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that channel as well, Fern. It's a good channel.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed that as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.